Now, where do we start, man? We almost have to save this for the end of the goddamn show because I don't even know where to start with this. Kelani Jordan and Sol Ruca, they had a tremendous match. Two baby faces, too flippy. It was very an AEW style match. I even see a lot of the WWE accounts being like, "This is a match of the year contender," and it's like, well, I don't know about all that. Hold on,
yeah,
now.
no.
This is a solid match. It was a little too much of the. Some of it was a little too much for me, you know, but I don't cry about it. Like, I love Ricochet. I love Ospreay. I really do. Like, you know,
Right.
I do love the flippy. Time to time, you just want to see. I'm a big Young Buck fan from back in the day. They were awesome. When you could just whip on a New Japan card and they'd come out in the junior heavyweights and just do all their spot. Dude, I love that. I do enjoy it. Sol Ruca's been over with me since day one. I wish she would wear like the jean short and lean into that beach bum gear a little more than just like her standard ring attire. It's just, you know, it's her way she can stand out, you know, do the jean shorts, do the, like, I don't know, the bikini bottom or something. I don't know. I'm not a designer here. I'm just saying lean into the surfer beach bum volleyball chick thing. I think, you know, maybe like instead of like a colorful top, she could have like a cut off tee or so, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. And then
come down to the ring with a surfboard.
No, not that, but just like, you know, wear a tie-dye tee. Like, no, you don't even have to do the stoner thing. Just like lean into the beach bum type thing. Anyways, you have Kelani Jordan, who at first, man, I was like, you know, I didn't get it with her as far as I just felt like it was sort of routine.
She looked like a jobber.
And then at the last pay-per-view, PLE, at the Apex, I went, dude, she's just a break. Like it clicked with me. I went, oh yeah, she's really selling her ass off, and she just kicked it into another gear, I guess. And to me, I'm like, she's a breakout star waiting to happen. This match solidified that in my mind too. Like there were parts where, I don't know, just her timing, her facials when selling were really good. The whole like struggle element. So even though they did some of the gymnastics type stuff, Kelani made it feel like it wasn't easy to do this. You know what I mean? Everything felt like it had, I don't know. I really enjoyed this match for what it was, but I get where some people go, oh, this isn't wrestling. Like Disco Inferno quote teaches like, this isn't wrestling though. And like, I agree where if you just isolate that one spot, you could go like, yeah,
that's exactly what people did. They
exactly
isolated the one spot and did not put it in the context of the entire match.
And like, what's the difference? Like, you know, those cruiserweight back and forths where like Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero would get in like, okay, wrist lock, flip over, kip up, wrist, you know, wrist lock. You know what I mean? Behind the back, headlock takeover, head scissors, kip up. Like, isn't that the same as like people flipping around like ninjas in a movie? I almost feel like that's the same. I don't know if you've ever been in a real fight, but people aren't doing that. You know what I mean? They're not like wrist lock, somersault, you know, flip around. So it doesn't offend me that much. Like wrestling suspending the disbelief. And I was okay with it. I love this match is basically what I'm getting at. So it just disappointed me that as a wrestling fan, I go on X and all you are crying, you know, on both sides of it. It's like, come on, man, this was solid. So she defends the title. Kelani does. Excellent. I love that her move is the one of a kind, she calls it, the split-legged moonsault. I loved the transitions between the spots. It wasn't like, oh, we just need to get to this spot and get to this spot. It was like, we're going to do all this cool to get to this spot. And then I also like the story they told with the package leading in awful, where they told the story Kelani was a by-the-books scholarship, got in here, best college, you know, like trained from the ground up, and then they told the story Sol Ruca. She's like, no, I built my like ninja warrior in my backyard, and I didn't have anybody to teach me, and I taught myself, and I was so good I got offered at a lower level whatever, but I managed to win nationals for acrobatic. Like they explained you're gonna probably see some flippy, but these two flippers are like legit the flippiest. They're like some of the most accoladed flippy chicks in the world. And it's not
they've won championships with their flippy.
Yeah, it's not just like here's Action Andretti versus Kyle O'Reilly, and this guy's just going to do what Osprey can do because they can all do, like, you know, with no reason why or rhyme or reason. So it's not like every Kelani Jordan match is this. So when they do it the one time, you can go, wow, that was a spectacular moment. Not every Sol Ruca match is her doing cartwheels and doing Osprey spots. So it works when they do it in this instance where it's acrobat versus acrobat who like respect each other type thing. It worked, man. They told the story. They explained it. So I ranted and raved. Awful. I want your thoughts.
Very quickly. Great match. Didn't know either one of them. Know a little bit about them, but I'm going to push back just a little bit and very quickly in saying that Sol Ruca and Kelani Jordan, that wasn't much of a story between them. You know, they're just competitors going against each other. They're both flippy, and that's the story. Is it a great story? Is it a compelling story? Not really, but it's a story nonetheless. So yeah, great match with two people who I barely knew. Got to know them a little bit better. It was all right. I liked it.
Okay, fair enough, man. This guy gave it an A+, so I'm more on that. Yeah, some people are saying match of the year contender. I'm not on that train, but I'm definitely a fan. So coming off the back of it, and this is the last thing, Awful, okay? This is the last thing we're going to get into. It is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer and Bryan Alvarez, the moment of the week. So coming off the back of this this pay-per-view, dude, or this PLE rather, why can't you just call it pay-per-view? Because that's why. But Dave Meltzer and Bryan Alvarez come out on Wrestling Observer Radio and say, listen to this clip. Listen to this clip. I can't believe this, guys. I'm going to snap here. Let's listen to this, okay?
Cool. And this was a very, very heavily choreographed gymnastics display that was disguised.
Can you pause it for just 1 second, Phil?
Oh, my.
You what? He looks like he knows it's to say.
Now
he knows it's like he knows what's coming.
Is he trolling, trying to trigger everyone, or is this
some fourth level, some 4D chess over here? Probably not. I would have to say, like, you know what? I think so. It could be a grift. He knows that this brings in engagement. He knows it's going to divide the fan base, and that's why he's got that silver YouTube award sitting right behind him.
Dude, because I'm not like, I feel like I'm at least like, I'm pretty dumb, but I'm like somewhat intelligent in some regards, and there's no way he's being serious. This can't be, dude. There's no way I'm getting worked by this dude. There's no way. And if I am,
worked,
God forbid, man, Jesus.
Or vice versa. And I mean, the crowd got into it because they just did one crazy flip.
Like, I swear he's doing this to parrot what people would criticize a Young Bucks match for, and then we'll all go, man, what a dumbass, he's blah 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 blah, and then he'll be like, yeah, see, it doesn't like, no matter what I say, you're just gonna hate or whatever, you know? Like, is that his angle? Is he playing the 4D chess? I don't know, but God, Alvarez, if you wanted to trigger someone, you triggered your boy Phil.
Yeah, you certainly did.
Was disguised as a wrestling match or vice versa. And I mean, the crowd got into it because they just did one crazy flip after another. There were tornillos. There were spots where they just started doing flips and
tornillos.
What is that?
I don't know. Some you buy at 7-Eleven at 2
I was just about to say, like, yeah, that sounds like a chip.
Yeah.
Handsprings and, you know, reverse Frankensteiners and acais and running moonsaults. And finally there at the end, Kelani avoided the Soul Snatcher, cradled her for 2, and then gave her a middle rope Frankensteiner and a split-legged moonsault for the pin. So Kelani retains the Women's North American title.
Yeah, both of these women have a shot to be real superstars because they are.
Dave, I just love it. Oh, yeah, they do. Tell us, Dave. Oh, you think?
Really freaky athletes. They're really great at that. It was an athletic display. It was not a wrestling match. It was.
Oh my God!
You what?
Oh,
let's hear more. Let's hear more. Hold on. Let's find out why it wasn't a wrestling match.
You goddamn liar! it was almost weird to me to watch it, because it's kind of like you never see a match like this in anywhere, really. You know
what? Oh my God! What is he talking about, dude? I can't believe this. This is real. Here, I'm going to bring this back a bit. I'm freaking out here. This is insane.
It was not a wrestling match. It was almost weird to me to watch it, because it's kind of like you never see a match like this in anywhere, really. You know, where they're just out there. It's like you're out there trying to just, you know, just do.
It was like an exhibition. Here's a bunch of.
It was.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Conan!
Oh my God!
Cool moves.
Yeah, and you know, and the one thing I have to say about it is, like in a sense, when I was watching it, I'm going like, you know, this is not good, but the crowd liked it, and you know,
I'm floored. Are these guys awful? Are they serious?
If I'm correct, you've got Neckbeard's video ready to go, and it will say a lot about what these guys are talking about right now. Like,
I can't.
They are literally describing a Will Ospreay match.
Yes, they're describing a Young Bucks. This is exactly what Jim Cornette said about the Young Bucks. These guys, are they working everybody right now?
I say yeah. I say yes. I mean, they can't be this dense.
Like, this is like rage bait. This is like rage bait for the Observer, because they're going downhill. Like,
yeah, Marks, thousands of dollars on the table each month. I mean, why not?
Oh my God.
Why not?
Well, guys, keep clipping this on X, so I give you and your blue checks the revenue for views, and not these guys. I can't believe that, man.
Yeah, $14.99 over here, please. Thank you,
dude. You should see the amount of shit I got tagged in on X overnight over Dave's. Like, when I woke up this morning, I'm looking at my phone going, holy, like, I didn't listen to any of this because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I love to live react on the show and everything, and I'm actually flabbergasted. Everyone's like, man, Phil's gonna cook this guy. I can't even really cook him. I'm like dumbfounded at how this has to be a mastermind Lex Luthor level troll job here. Let's continue.
I think the crowd's gonna like anything, and the moves were fantastic, but the crowd liked it. And, you know, I think the crowd's going to like anything. And the moves...
I think the crowd's going to like anything, you, Dave.
Were fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. They're great athletes. When they both have more... You know, if they were in with other people, I think that, you know, like experienced people, I think that was maybe the issue, is you had two people with limited experience who are both great gymnasts, and this is what you came up with. If they were in with other people who were experienced at making a wrestling match, that the gymnastics ability of either of them, you know, would really take them a long way.
Oh my good. So AEW neckbeards. Well, here, let's shout out Vic, who posted the clip at Vic8122. This was a very, very heavily choreographed, whatever. He quotes it, and then he says, so it's okay when this happens on AEW all the time, but when Sol Ruca and Kelani Jordan do it, it's not wrestling. The hypocrisy is next level. I cannot believe Smeltsy Weltsy right here. Dave Shearer comes in, and he has a comment, of course. And he says, so Dave and Brain Dead Bryan rip two women for doing the exact thing that they routinely give 5 stars to when it happens in AEW. No wonder they have to keep raising prices to make up for lost subscribers. What a pair of shill sellouts, which is so true. And
what a great comment.
Dude, I love Shearer. I want him on the show so bad.
They have to keep raising prices.
Yeah, dude. It's true, man. Going out of sale business. That's how Evil Dose put it to me. I asked him, I'm like, why are they doing it? He's like, the same reason everyone does it. Going out of sale, you know, stack up the price to your loyals. He's like, dude, rack up the price to your loyals and milk them for as long as you can while you trend downwards. Right. I'm like, dude, he's right. But anyways, AEW Neckbeards put together a video here, I believe. Remember, folks, NXT women and JPW men, 5.75 stars. Okay. And folks, make sure you're subscribed to @ProWrestleTimes and @ProWrestleClips and watch videos as they premiere, because this section might get clipped out, but I'm going to play it anyways and risk my own just for the sake of research, bro. We have to do this, right? So here we go. This match here got almost 6 stars. Here's them doing the exact same side by side. Neckbeards put it together.
Number 1, and for good reason, after the opening matchup, carrying it to this matchup again.
Side by side, they're doing the same, like pretty much, right? Like it's the same spots.
Essentially.
It is.
Especially
They're
right
doing
there.
like they paid homage to.
Right.
They just didn't do like the crazy jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hero landing.
Yeah, dude. So it's side by side. It's the same thing. Dave buries it because why? It's 2 women, because he's rage baiting, because he's a dumb who is just Shillington, like awful. Give me some perspective on this if you can. Try and make sense of this. How does he get away with this? Why is he doing this? Just the rage bait.
Okay, I'm going to be real quick, and I mean real quick.
Yes.
It's as I've always said, Dave Meltzer feels like he helped inseminate AEW. When he made that tweet about, the 10,000 seat arena, he came in there and he was just like, not so fast. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. The Cody thing happens. They go into, tweeting back and forth. Before you know it, AEW is now a thing based on Dave Meltzer answering a tweet. So he feels like he is a part of this entire enterprise. And so he's going to protect it at all costs. He's going to make sure, because he knows by the end of this era of AEW, his name's going to be all over it. So he wants to keep that legacy going for as long as possible. And so you say things like this in order to rile up guys like you, in order to keep their legacy going. It's a real wacky thing. It's what the mainstream media did a few years back, but it's backfired on them, just like it's backfiring on Dave Meltzer. All it takes is an observant person like AEW Netbeards or Dave Shearer or Phil Marks or anybody else to see the hypocrisy that's going on. It's right there in 4K. Well, in this case, it's 480, but yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. And yeah, man. So just a couple. He just gets washed a little bit. So nah, you slurp Osprey for doing the same. Everyone can see your hypocrisy.
No, he of course has to quote tweet it. He goes for that. He's always going for the one tweet where it's just like, oh, he'll ignore this one. He'll ignore you. You almost know which tweet he's going to quote tweet because it's one of the most mundane, maudlin tweets that are on the entire comment section. But he chose that one because it's low hanging fruit.
Nah, Dave, you're just a hypocrite who has no idea what you're talking about. It's no wonder Seth Rollins and other WWE stars hate you. And then Dave, yeah, he tweets this guy and goes, funny, like I, actually, except I, I actually compared them to Osprey and some, Tony Khan in some ways when he was starting out, but I guess you missed that part. Like he expects, I pointed this out like months and months and months ago. He'll say things like, yeah, I actually wrote 5,000 words on this before. And oh, you must not have read. And it's like, Dave, what are you, the Holy Bible? Like, yeah, people aren't studying your scripture, your 5,000 words. Well, then don't tweet 180 characters. Say, read my 5,000 words if you want full context.
Or screenshot whatever you said, but you won't do that.
It's just stupid, and it's just it's ridiculous. I have many bookmarks about it, but Dave Meltzer said what? The GOAT, the absolute GOAT. I have a direct line to him now, so he doesn't want to come on the show. He doesn't want to be the focus of attention, but he directly DMs me what he feels should be brought to the show. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, he quotes what was written on the site, and he has clips here, and I believe.
I think both of them. I think Kelani Jordan's got like a real baby face.
So this is just the continuation. This is the last thing we're covering here, and this is just the continuation of what they said before. Him to close out, him saying there's a lot more to wrestling than just moves, which you're going to hear.
Persona about her that I think can do pretty well to go along with a great athletic ability. And Sol Ruca has a lot going for her. It's just a question of, getting the ring time and getting the experience and everything like that. I think some people really loved this match.
Some people definitely did. Definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're...
Yeah, the sickos. Oh, yeah, the sickos loved it. It's really great. If this was on Rampage, it would be 7 stars.
If you're just into cool moves, this is like you know, watching a Will Ospreay match. You know, I mean, as far as just cool moves. I mean, they were just nothing but cool moves. But
so this is like watching an Ospreay match. So he's gonna give this 7 stars. Like, what is he talking about? I don't get it.
It wasn't even like average between the two moves, between the cool moves, and it was yeah. You know, it's if you're just into cool moves, this match had him in spades, and they will. I think that they're both with experience. They're both going to be. They could both be superstars, really.
Well, to your point,
forward.
I would say that I think that I've enjoyed every single solitary Kelani Jordan match she's ever had more than this one, because she's almost always in there with somebody that can carry her.
I would agree with you, but I would say that I enjoyed every Kelani Jordan match I've seen more than this one too. But when it comes to showing potential, and when it comes to just moves, this is her best match. When it just comes to moves.
What the is he even? Oh my god, dude! What is he even saying? When it comes to just moves,
liar!
Oh God.
He tries to compartmentalize professional wrestling down to like so many categories where it's just like, okay, now there's work rate, there's move sets, there's like, no, bro. What is it in the whole grand scheme of a match? Because nobody, when they're rehearsing a match or going through a match, they're not compartmentalizing it down to in the way that you do. So your opinion is just so crazy. But yeah, I don't know what to say about Dave. I mean,
the hypocrisy, man.
Yeah.
Well, here we got 30 seconds left, and then here we'll end. We'll play the flute one more time.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot more to wrestling than just moves.
Well,
no stop it right there.
Oh my god, the fact they even are saying
we know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've all known that, but for years on Twitter, these guys have pretended that it's more than just moves than what we're seeing in certain companies, and it's just not the case. They pick and choose. They like to pick and choose when they're going to reveal their wrestling acumen. That's for damn sure.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Do you know Mrs. Cornette just DM'd me actually the Dave Meltzer segment that we're going over right now, and she's like, "Dude," and I'm gonna message her back. Don't worry, I'm cooking it with fucking awful now.
Some people, obviously, to this crowd, I think that they performed better for this crowd than a normal wrestling match because this crowd loved them. So, you know, every crowd's different. And I mean, I think that there are a lot of crowds. I think that a lot of crowds this match would not have worked with. But for this crowd, they wanted, you know, it was something different. It was different from the other matches, and it worked for the crowd.
This crowd compared to what?
What the is he?
What does that even mean?
Oh,
compared to what? Compared to what other crowd? The Pontiac Silverdome crowd? The Madison Square Garden crowd?
Leon France? Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Who knows? Who cares? The fact is that that's the other thing that I even Jim Cornette said it. He said, you're not supposed to love the people in the match. You're supposed to, the wrestlers in the match are supposed to draw emotions out of you. You're supposed to feel love. You're supposed to feel hate. You're supposed to feel empathy. That's what a great professional wrestling does. It draws that out of you. To hear Dave Meltzer go, well, the people loved them. No. They made the people love them. Okay, give them that much credit. And secondly, you're not of that type to be judging these two ladies when Neckbeards himself has just shown you the proof that it's exactly like a Will Ospreay match, to the point where you even had to admit it.
That him saying like that crowd, those people, like who? the ones that aren't called sickos, Dave, like the men, women, and children, and the families who spend their hard-earned dollar. Who? What Awful just said? They won the people over in the match. So Dave's sitting here going, "Oh, they're green, and they need someone to carry her." And blah 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 blah. But
then why did they care? Why did they cheer? Why did they boo? Bro. Why did they get off of their feet and be like, "This is awesome"? Like, give me a break.
And why is everyone online going, this could be match of the year? Like I said it too. I don't agree with that, but it's the exact same sequence. Some of it even cleaner than Ospreay and Ricochet here, other than maybe the Dark Knight backflip, the Spider-Man flip at the end of the sequence or whatever you want to call it.
I think he's just more angry the fact that they got a bigger reaction than that library crowd in Japan with Will Ospreay and Ricochet.
And it wasn't the whole match. Like, it was like one spot of it, and the whole, they don't do it all the time. They don't do it all the time. So when they when they do this little thing, it works because we don't see it all the time. So it was special because it happened in this moment. We won't see it again for a long time until maybe these two meet at a WrestleMania one day or something. So it's crazy. And let's just face it, Kelani and Sol Ruca are outdrawing Ospreay and whoever he's flipping against in AEW at the end of the day, period. 10,000 people in this building, and the TV ratings don't lie. The numbers don't lie, B.
Great pro wrestling match or anything like that, but I do think they're both going to be stars.
Ooh, wow.
It wasn't a great pro wrestling match or anything like that, but I think they're both going to be stars. Meanwhile, Dave gives this over here 5. He gives this one 6 stars on the side here, but oh yeah, it's not a real wrestling match. You
know why? Because they didn't do the superhero landing. And so that took a star away from Kelani Jordan and Sol Ruca. And by the way, if you've ever wanted to know why WWE did not sign Mercedes Moné, that's why. Because of 2 women wrestlers like these two.
They don't.
You don't need a Moné when you got those 2 or any other ones.
So then we had the Axiom.
Oh, shut up, Alvarez
versus Chase U match.
Oh Jesus, I gotta unbookmark that, dude. That segment this week took possibly a whole year off of my life, and for real, that was Dave Meltzer's most epic dumb moment of the week.